Hey, folks, The Ride. Does that ring a bell? Hey, Gary Gentry wrote The Ride. It was covered by Tim McGraw, David Allan Coe, Jamie Johnson, and a lot of others. How about Rick Revel, his number one song, Hard Times in the Deep South? Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. And you know what? You get to hear these shows live. We'll be right back.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewer Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Bread production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, folks, like I said, this song, The Ride, was covered by so many artists. It's unbelievable. And this song was written by a good friend of mine called Gary Gentry. I've got him in the studio, and I've got Rick Revel. He's going to be here also, helping me steer up Gary with some of his great, great stories out of Nashville. And all those favorite singer-songwriters you and I grew up listening to, Gary knew them all, hung out with them. And you know what else he done? He wrote them number one songs. I've got to listen to something I want you to listen to right quick. I want to introduce to y'all, no particular order, Gary Gentry, Rick Revel.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Good to be here.
Friends for 40 years. Good to see you, brother.
It's been a while. Yes, sir, brother.
I guess I'm going to take off first. I'm here with friends and Mike Weatherford and Kevin and everybody here. Thank you so much. We're having fun behind the scenes before we ever started this thing. But I do want to thank all of you for tuning in, and we want to thank our sponsors. And I'm going to do this song. I'm not a singer. I'm a singer, a songwriting storyteller. And I love to tell a good story. Well, The Ride, like Mike said, has been recorded by so many. Also, Creed Fisher's picture back here. Thank you, Creed. You got a couple of million views on that ride. And I kind of wrote it the way Brother Jamie Johnson does it. And then, of course, David and Tim McGraw and you name it. So many people have done this song, and I am very grateful. Happy Thanksgiving Day to all you women out there preparing that dinner. And if you got an extra plate, well, me and old Rick will be around somewhere.
That's how you get invited to all
That's
these.
it. That's why I can't stay slim.
I got it now.
I've been a fan of Hank since I was 12 years old. I followed him all my life, and there's a lot of weird stories that we may talk about after a while, Mike, that go with this song and getting there. It was about 40 years in the making. And I'd like to do it for you. And Rick, you can join in and play
all
with
right.
me too. Well, I was thumbing from Montgomery. I had my guitar on my back when a stranger stopped beside me in an antique Cadillac. Now, he was dressed like 1950, half drunk and hollow-eyed. He said, "It's a long walk to Nashville, boy. Would you like a ride?" Oh, when I climbed up in the front seat, he turned on the radio, and them sad old songs coming out of them speakers was solid country gold. I noticed the stranger was ghost white pale when he asked me for a light, and I knew there was something strange about this ride. He said, "Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues, and can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? Oh, 'cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. He cried just south of Nashville. And he turned that car around. He said, "This is where you get off, hillbilly. I'm going back to Alabama." And as I stepped out of that Cadillac, I said, "Mr. Many Thanks." She said, "You don't have to call me Mr. Son. The whole world called me Hank." And he said, "Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Now have you paid your dues, and can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." When Hank Williams Jr. recorded this, he said, "Yeah, I agree, Daddy. It's a dangerous, deadly ride."
Yeah. The one
Thank
and the
you,
only.
thank you.
The
Man.
one and the only.
Now we've got a real singer on here. We've been friends for good gosh, how long? 45 years?
It's got to be at least that long.
45 years. And I hauled him to Memphis to try and get him a record deal with management deal with Cy Rosenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Cy used to manage Charlie Rich. And he tried, but the power got paved over there in Music City Road.
Yeah.
And the winds have changed. Here came corporate and everything else. We didn't make it happen, but
No.
hey, sing us one.
But we've been
Rick.
having fun anyway.
We had fun anyway.
It makes, you love to write songs about Hank, and I'll sing one of his songs every now and then. So this is my dedication to you. I'm going to sing another one later for you, but you love Hank. But we want to kind of keep it upbeat just a little bit because my good friend Mike, he has a heck of a show, and we appreciate being on
Mike
this
Weatherford.
show. And so this is for all you ladies out there. See, now, Gary has his way of hitting up folks for Thanksgiving meals. This is my way. It's called Hey, Hey, Good Looking. What you got cooking?
What you got cooking?
Hey, hey, good looking.
Whoa.
What you got cooking?
Wow.
How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, 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 sweet baby. Don't you think maybe we can find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot bomb boat and a $2 bill. I know a spot right over the hill. So they pop and the dance is free. If you wanna have fun, come along with me. Hey, hey, good looking. One more, you got a cooking. How's about a cooking something up with me? Hey, 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 sweet baby. Don't you think maybe we can find us a brand new recipe? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence, buy me a new one for 5 or 10 cents, keep it until it's covered with dates. I'm writing your name down on every page. Hey, hey, good looking. One more, you got a cooking. How's about a cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, sweet baby. Don't you think maybe we can find us a brand new recipe? Hey, 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 good looking. One more, you got a cooking. How's about a cooking something up? How's about a cooking something up? How's about a cooking something up with me? All
It don't
right.
get no better than that. Hey, Rick, that was a great job.
Just put it in some Crisco and cook it.
Wow.
Rick has also got a show called The History Highway.
Yeah.
And I've watched that thing a couple of times. It's very interesting. A lot of history right here in Middleton, in this part of Tennessee.
Yes,
this
sir.
is West Tennessee.
We're in West Tennessee here. Yes.
Around the Shiloh battlefield,
Yes,
I go down
sir.
that old Highway 100. Man, I get the chill bumps all over me, don't you?
Yes, sir. There's plenty of ghost stories to talk about that. I could tell about the black dog of the bloody pond. It's a good story.
I
But
bought
we
a
won't
book
right now.
called Letters from Soldiers in the
Yeah.
Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them wrote a letter to his mama, and they were confident. And he said, "You've read it?"
I know the one you're referring to.
And he said, it was at the Battle of Shiloh, the church. And he said, "Mama, I cannot believe we are going to disturb the holiness of these woods." Ooh, ooh. And then a few minutes later, he was dead.
Wow.
And they told the story in the Time Life,
Right.
book and all.
So Gary, you've been songwriting. That song, "The Ride." Is my microphone on? Tell me in my ear. Is it on? Okay. I don't hear it in my ears. But anyway, that song, "The Ride," was covered by how many people? Give me some idea.
The main ones I know, but it's done in bars every night. One day I walked from Broadway, the length of Broadway Street, and the bars, they all play and put live music. Before I got to the end of the street, I heard it 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's touching. I am grateful. This is a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks just put out an anthology, and he did the song in that, and he called my wife and asked for a couple of pictures of me. Well, we don't do a lot of pictures of me because, 40 years ago we did.
Yeah.
But she sent a couple of pictures. It's in the anthology and ships December 5th.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You deserve it, Bubba. If anybody
Thank you. Well,
does.
you do too.
If
we
anybody
paid
does,
some dues, man. When
I'm
I'm
still
free,
paying them. I'm still paying them. You're collecting. I'm still paying.
How about this, guys? How about you put your guitars down?
Yeah.
And get over here and sit with me, and let's hear some of them Nashville stories. What do y'all guys think? There you go, folks. Look at there. I've got Gary Gentry. Remember, I told you he wrote the song "The Ride." That song's been covered by so many people. And did you hear that song that "Hey Good Looking" that Rick just done? That was great right there, guys. Hey, we're going to hear some stories that only Gary Gentry can tell you and Rick Revel can tell you. I don't know how these two, I'm going to have to find out how these two guys found each other. And I hope a lot of these stories that Gary Gentry is telling us, I hope we can get a lot of them back. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's some great, great stories. But anyway, Rick, appreciate you coming in, my friend.
Sir. I tell you what, it's you never know what you're going to get out of me. I've been on the show. We've done George Washington, and when I do all these characters, and then when I sing, everybody goes, "Does he really sing?"
Is that him singing?
Really, is he pantomiming?
That was really me singing. No, it wasn't.
Is he doing a Milli Vanilli?
Hey, you called me. You said you ever heard of Gary Gentry? And I said, well, hell yeah, I've heard of Gary Gentry. You said, how about if I bring him on the show? I said, yes, when do you want it? I'll cancel the world to get Gary. I'll tell you that.
Man.
And next thing I know, you said, I got him on this date. And I said, wow. And so, Gary, you come in. And we've been friends for 50 years, just hadn't met yet.
Well, you know what? I feel like we've been friends for 50 years. That's the kind of personality you are.
Well, that's you, Gary. We just sat out here and we started talking, and it just turned into story after story. And I said, save him.
There used to be a gospel song called "Give Them Their Flowers While They're Living." And that's one of the things that's touched my heart because since COVID, I've lost so many friends.
Yeah.
And Gary's a dear friend, and it's like, buddy, I want to give this man some flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Buddy,
God bless you.
You've written a lot of great songs.
I'm going to tell you something. I've met some treasures doing this little show I do right here. I have met and made some good friends. And I'm going to tell you, Jimmy Stewart, T.R. Crooks,
oh, yeah.
He's a treasure.
Yep.
Gary Gentry, you're right there with him as a treasure.
Oh,
y'all guys have done it all, seen it all, know it all. And I'm just trying my best to get it recorded so we've got it all.
Yeah.
You know,
for posterity's sake.
Yeah, it's just cool. But how did you and Rick Revel That just don't even sound. That don't even sound like that should go together.
Now, what year was it, Rick?
We're going to be mid-90s, somewhere in the mid-90s.
Somewhere in the mid-90s.
Yeah, I think 93 is when I built the studio.
Well, I met these folks, and they said, "Oh, you got to come see it." Well, I went down to their studio, and they'd just come here from, I don't know, up north somewhere.
Music Row. It's on Music Row.
Yeah.
You was in
it
Nashville.
on Music Row.
Downstairs is Little Texas. Their office is downstairs.
And Billy Sherrill had retired. Al Gallico sold out, and I was just fishing around. And so I went down there, and Rick was building the studio. It was mostly your equipment.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to some demos, and he's country. You know, Waylon had a line. Waylon said, "If you got to tell me 2 or 3 times in a song you're country, that tells me you ain't country." Well, Rick was country, and I thought, Now I'm a songwriter. I like to run to the mailbox and get them checks.
Oh yeah.
So, Rick,
I love it.
I smelled money all over Rick. I thought, if I can get him hooked up and get him a record deal, but this boy could sing. And even Cy Rosenberg, who used to manage Charlie Rich, I said, "You got to hear him," and he did. And he said, "My God, let me go to work for this boy." But he did it all.
There he is, right there.
Yeah, there's Cy. There's Seymour. Cy Sly.
Yeah. And that's actually a picture off his gravestone.
Now, who is this guy? Tell
I
me.
could not find any other picture, but that's from his gravestone.
He was a criminal lawyer in Memphis. Well, he also represented Charlie Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Charlie had the big hit, Charlie came to Nashville, and he and Billy Narl Wilson put together, "Hey, did you happen to see?"
Yeah.
And all these great songs. And Cy had represented Charlie in some criminal matters.
Right.
And he said, "Would you manage me?" "Would I manage you?" So I dropped he had a 250 active cases in his law firm right then, and he dropped everything to go manage Charlie Rich, and they tore it up. I mean, they were in New York. Charlie was in New York getting ready to do the Dave Letterman show, and little gay guy came and did his hair. Cy said, "Your hair is yellow, Charlie. We got to get it tinted. You can't go on TV looking like the nicotine and all that in your hair." And so the little gay guy came in and he tinted his hair. They brought him in from somewhere up north to the city, and he did his hair, and little gay guy jumped back and said, "You're just a silver fox." So I said that hit him. They went and bought the ex-governor's airplane, and on the tail, a week later, they had the silver fox
Wow, that's where he got his
put
name.
on his tail. Yeah, on the tail of that airplane.
Wow.
And he went by the silver fox his whole career.
Wow.
Came out of a New York beauty salon.
That's right.
That
Isn't
is
that
some
great?
stories, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
It's you knew all the
Yeah.
country singers at the time. You knew George Jones.
Love George Jones.
He was a
Love
good
it.
friend, personal friend.
You want
Wasn't
to
he?
hear a George story?
Well, who wouldn't want to hear George? Which one? Hell, there's a million Georges.
I was running a liquor store during the day. I hadn't had hits yet. So I was running the liquor store from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 11 o'clock at night. A little girl ran the quick sack next door. And we didn't have all these videos that we've got today, all this YouTube and
Yeah.
TV
Right.
videos.
Right.
She said, I just love George Jones. If he ever comes in my store, I'm going to lock the door and just tear his clothes off. I thought, So as it happened, 2 days later, here came George. And he came in and got his, and it was on a Friday, and I was busy, man, cashing checks and bagging liquor bottles and everything. And I said, "George, are you going to buy setups?" Coke. Well, I'm going to get some Coke and Collins mix and all. I said, "Well, go next door. There's a little girl wanting to see you real bad." "Oh, okay." Well, I got busy there at the liquor store, and he went in her store. A few minutes later, when I got unbusy, he got in that Lincoln, big, beautiful yellow Lincoln, burgundy Landau top, and he got in it and left. So when I got unbusy, I went over and said, "Hey, Pat, how did it go?" She said, "What do you mean, how did it go?" I said, "I sent George Jones over here." "You mean that little old man was George Jones?" So Pat missed her shot at tearing the clothes off.
God almighty.
Not a garment was shredded.
People don't look the same on T. George come in the liquor store wearing a T-shirt. Or,
It didn't look like the same, did he?
No, he didn't look
She
like
didn't know who the hell he was.
Ball cap on, you know.
He didn't know. He just thought he was going to go next door. And then he didn't was darn, man.
But then when he came back, I had to explain why he didn't get his clothes torn off in the grocery store.
Was he disappointed?
Well, no, George had them lined up.
Oh, I'm sure he did. That was just one.
She was expecting him to show up in his rhinestone suit.
Yeah, that's right.
And there were no rhinestone
in the stage
suit.
clothes, yeah.
Oh, Lord Almighty. But you was talking about the Silver Fox. That guy, he was a star in his own. He had a way about himself that just took over a stage, man. Charlie Rich could sing.
Mm-hmm. And Billy Sherrill told me he was one of the most musically knowledgeable guys. He knew the blues. Mm-hmm. He knew that piano.
Oh yeah.
And Si had. Did he ever show you the videos of him and Charlie and all that in Vegas and all?
Didn't get to see those, but he took me down to Bill Street and we went to B.B. King's, and B.B. would literally invite Si to come up and play trumpet on stage with him.
Probably because Si'd buy him all drinks whenever he walked in.
He bribed them all. But he'd get up there. Yeah, but he'd get up there and play the trumpet with them.
We were down Bourbon Street, New Orleans. We went all the way down the street, and Si went in every bar. Of course, every bar had a picture of Fats Domino, one of them Velveteen pictures, you know.
Right.
So we'd stop in every bar, and Si'd buy drinks for the bar and leave him his card. So at the time we got to the end of the street, then we made our way back. Everywhere we walked in,
hey, Si,
you want to get up here and play us a song on the trumpet? Si'd go, "Oh, no, I don't want to do it." "Yeah, get on up here and play that trumpet." And he would. But sometimes after about 5 of those Stolichnaya vodkas, he'd go.
Right. Get fat-lipped on it, yeah.
How did you come up with the Ride?
Ride.
Did that song, where did you get the inspiration for? What do you call that word?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Help me out here, Rick. How did you come up with that song? That ain't something you just walk down the street and
had a paper route and had a one ear plug. They didn't give you 2 earplugs back then. The little rocket radio on the handlebar.
Yeah.
And I heard, "I can't help it if I'm still in love with you." I thought, wow. It was the first song I was about 12, 13, and it was the first song that made me feel it.
Right.
I didn't hear it. I felt it.
Gotcha.
To the bone marrow. And I went home and told Mama, I said, I gotta hear this Hank guy do concert, man. She said, "Well, son, you can't do that." He passed away about 10 years ago. Well, I was obsessed with getting to know more about Hank. So my daddy was a preacher, and in the congregation there was a DJ who played there. Yeah. And I told him, God, I'd give anything to go there and see Hank's house and his clothes and his guitars and all that. He said, "Well, I used to date Skeeter Davis." He said, "We're friends. We're still friends." He said, "Why don't you go to the back of the Ryman, not Opryland.
Gotcha.
Ryman, and ask for Skeeter and tell her Bill Adkins sent you over."
Bill Adkins.
He was the DJ. Mm-hmm. And I went to the back. "Well, yeah, y'all come on in." I had my mother and grandmother with us. Right. We went backstage. I met Ernest Tubb, and I met this nice guy in a suit. And I said, "Sir, do you know where?" I was there. I was hell-bent on getting to know Hank Williams. He said, "No, I can't help you. I don't know." But now Ernest Tubb, the guy in the nice suit, it was his turn to sing. So they called him out there. "Come on out here, Eddie. Green Acres is a place to be. Green Acres is a..." It was Eddie Albert.
Why be darn.
And he told me to ask Ernest, and Ernest, of course, gave me directions. You go down Franklin Road here, and down yonder on the left, you'll see some musical clef notes in the front yard. That's Hank's house. Oh. So we were driving home the next day, me and Mom and Grandma, and we stopped, and I had a learner's permit. I didn't have a license yet. So I pulled that old junker of ours in
Right up
the
front.
driveway. Yeah.
Right
Put
up front.
it in the
That's the way I
driveway and
like
went up and knocked on the door. Mama was sitting there in the car like, oh, my God, this boy's going to get us arrested. I didn't care. I went up there and knocked on the door, and the Miss Raglan was the lady in the house. And I said, ma'am, I don't want to disturb nothing or bother nothing. I just want to see Hank's house and his things. And I'd heard about it, and I'm the biggest fan that there ever was, and I ain't going to get to meet him because he died. And she said, well, come on in. And she said, who's those people out there in the car? I said, that's my mom and grandma. Well, tell them come on in. Don't leave them out there in the car. They were in there gawking at the kitchen. Audrey had a kitchen like you wouldn't believe. It was a party place.
Right.
So I went on in, and his contemporary furniture was in the front, and I walked on down the hall, and a lady in a pink towel around her head and a white bathrobe stepped out and said, can I help you, young man? It was Miss Audrey.
Wow.
I said, yes, ma'am. I said, Miss Raglan let us in here, and I just want to see Hank's things and wanted to get to know him better because I'm such a big fan. Well, come on. She took me back, showed me Hank Jr.'s bedroom. He slept in a champagne glass, a huge champagne glass.
Wow.
He had a collection of Civil War guns you wouldn't believe, and the floor in his bedroom went down like this because there was a huge 50 by 50 foot screen picture of Hank Williams. At the end of it, they were going to turn it into a museum and a theater. And then she took me back, showed me Hank Jr.'s little barber shop in the back. And then she took me out and showed me the swimming pool. And there's a little cabana over the bar. The bar's an aquarium.
Wow.
And you're watching the fish while you're having a beer. And I thought, I went down to the river to watch them fish swim by. Right. I thought about that song.
Right.
And then she took me out and showed me the Cadillac that Hank left this world in.
Wow.
Right next to it was a 1964 Bonneville, Hank Jr.'s Bonneville. It was a nudie car. It had It was studded in silver dollars. Had the console was a black saddle. Guns opened the door, everything. And on the cover of the ragtop, it was a convertible. So on the cover of the ragtop, it was autographed by George Hamilton and everybody that starred in the movie Your Cheating Heart.
Wow.
And when I left her, I said, Miss Williams, you just made my whole dream come true. I want to thank you for letting me see Mr. Williams' things and his house. She said, well, you're welcome. You don't have to call him Mr. Honey. The whole world called him Hank.
Wow.
For years, it stayed with me. Then when I got out of the Navy, I went there to try to make it. I got in a movie, the Hank Williams tribute, and I got to play Sammy Pruitt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, one of the drifting cowboys, and that was as close to my heroes I was going to get. So we did the movie. Then me and Chuck Dixon got together one night. Chuck was a promoter. J.B. Detterline's his legal name, I guess. And he was a big Lefty fan. I am too. But that thing with Hank, since I was 12 years old, I was close to Hank. Well, Chuck left about 10 o'clock that night. His wife was pregnant. And he said, now, Gary, I know you're drinking, but don't call me tonight if you come up with something else because Cater might have to go to the hospital in a minute. I said, oh, okay. So he left, and I was drunk. I was drunk, and I was doing everything.
It's okay.
And, I wanted that song. I wanted that hit song about
whatever
Hank.
it took.
And when I called Chuck, I I had a seance. It was a country place apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, long hallway. And I lit candles on the coffee table. And I walked down through there, and I said, "Come, Hank." Paul, "Come, Hank." He didn't come. Well, then I got peed off. "Hank, you SOB." You know, I'm drunk. And I haven't had a drink since 1984, but back then it was bad. And I said, "Why are you so big, just because you died young?" I looked down that long hallway. There was Hank Williams in a fedora without a shirt on, smoking an unfiltered cigarette.
Wow.
Yeah.
True story.
And I said, "Mr. Williams, I think you're the greatest entertainer there lived." I said, "Let's take a ride." And we rode.
Right.
We rode. Everybody knows I took that ride. Every big artist that ever recorded that song says something weird about that song. Yeah. And on the lyrics that I sent to the Hank Williams Museum, I put written. I gave J.B. Detterline half the song because I threw our other one away.
Right.
I couldn't even find it. I burned it in the ashtray, I think. And next day, I called at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when I got that song done. I couldn't even read my own writing, man. And I said,
Yeah.
I couldn't even read my own writing. And I called Chuck, and I said, "Hey, Chuck," we didn't have cell phones back then, you know, we had landline.
Right.
And I called Chuck, and I said, "Chuck, I know I ain't supposed to call you at 4 in the morning, but it's 4 in the morning, and I think I got something you better hear." And he got on there and said, "What is it?" I played him my rough, raw version of The Ride. So the wife, he didn't want to wake up. He's in there saying, "Get up, Cater, wake up. Can you hear that, Gary? Would you mind singing that one more time?" I did. And when Hank gave me the ride, it was like having the winning lottery ticket. And all you had to do was go down there and cash it in.
Cash it in, yeah. Merle Kilgore shared with me a story. He was talking about Johnny Horton and the song Johnny Reb.
Oh,
and he told me this crazy story that he was in bed one night with his wife. They were sound asleep. He wakes up the next morning. His wife says, "Why did you keep me awake all night?" And he says, "Honey, I've been in bed all night." And she says, "No, you haven't." Says, "I could hear you downstairs banging on your guitar and singing something." I said, "I don't know what it was, but you kept me awake all night." And he says, "I don't remember that." So he goes downstairs. The light is still on his reel-to-reel. It's still turned on. And he says, So he goes and rewinds it, plays it, and it's Johnny Reb. Wow. He said he wrote it in his sleep. So, Gary, I'm telling you, things like that take place for songwriting.
Do. I imagine in your history shows you run into a lot of strange
very
things.
Very strange things. And that's kind of what we talk about in our show is the lesser-known things about American history. And there's so many stories about music industry that people don't know anything about. They think, well, they hear the song on the radio, and that's all it is. It's just somebody behind a microphone singing a song. But they have no idea what goes into the writing of it. We live our songs. You know, that song I'm going to sing later about Singing River. It's got pieces of history about the Cherokee.
I love that song.
And where the Tennessee River got its name from the Cherokee.
Right.
But you've got, I wanted to talk about Muscle Shoals in a whole different way and talk about it from the standpoint
other than Fame Studio.
Yeah.
You want to get beyond that and go,
and make it a spiritual approach to it. Because when Leonard Skinner crashed and I was driving down the road and I heard the broadcast, so I wanted to recreate that in my music video. So I literally try to recreate all the little things that happened when I heard about the Skinner crash.
Did you go down to Macomb, Mississippi?
I didn't get a chance to do that, but we will sometime soon. But the whole
That'd
song,
be fun.
Yeah, it would be. But the whole thing I wanted to do was draw the people in to seeing it from not just the tragedy of losing people. Then we do talk about Rick Hall We talk about Barry Beckett and Jimmy Johnson, the great producers that brought the music out of there for Aretha Franklin and all those. I wanted to pay honor and tribute to these people. And these songs come up when you're driving down the road. The most least expected time is when these songs show up.
And some people's favorite songs. They know nothing about the history of the fountain, the making, and
Right.
You wrote some number one. I don't know. Did he get number one? The Chicken in Black, a Johnny Cash song. You got to tell. You're going to sing out. You got to sing.
We got to
out.
sing it later.
But tell me, it didn't. 40 years ago, it didn't go number one, but it feels like a number one today.
Yeah,
because it's a hit on TikTok. Kids. It's a hit on TikTok. Yeah.
It's
you
wrote that song. What? Tell me a little bit about that song.
Right,
the Chicken in Black. That's crazy, is it not?
It is.
I was working for Billy Sherrill, and Billy. And he was a dear friend. I admired him like Barry Beckett and all the other guys, Rick Hall, all these guys we talked about.
Well, he started with Rick Hall.
Rick Hall and with Sam Phillips.
Yes, they did. They all three were the originators of fame.
So John, and I got the privilege of sitting in there listening to him and Johnny Cash talk about the old days at Sun Studio back in Memphis. Well, John had some serious songs, and he hadn't had a top 40 in about a decade. The company wouldn't push him. They wouldn't, and that made him mad. That's where the finger, you remember the...
Yeah.
Stomping out the stage lights and all that. Yeah.
Giving Music Row the finger because they wouldn't support him and promote him.
Yeah. Still
After
this
all
day.
he'd done for that company, you know. Yeah. So I don't know what I was smoking, but I went home. And it just so happened I'd given up on getting one for Johnny Cash because I wanted a good one. My buddy Wayne Kemp wrote One Piece at a Time.
Yeah.
Shel Silverstein wrote Boy Named Sue. I thought I need to come from left field. Well, I was sitting there smoking, and the news came on, and they announced Barney, somebody, had just had a heart transplant. You're fine. And I thought, I bet if a man had a brain transplant, he'd think differently, wouldn't he? So, I sat down and started writing this thing. And I went in and saw Billy Sherrill next day. He said, "What were you smoking?" I said, "I don't know. But ain't this good?" He said, "Man, that's great." He said, "I don't know about John." So he had to do the sale job. And he went out, he got on his houseboat and rode out to Johnny's house. And Johnny still wanted to do one of, he's a master at doing the patriotic and the great narration, Ira Hayes and that kind of, And I've been a fan of his too most of my life. But he went in the studio to record it. Great job. Musicians cracked up. We did it in Larry Butler's studio on the 17th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 17th Avenue. And
I love Butler.
And so we Johnny came out in the lobby where I was sitting. He said, "Where's that boy wrote me about me Chicken in Black? I'm going to whoop his ass." I said, "Well, I'm guilty. I didn't." He said, "Well, you're batting 1,000 today, boy. I'm going to cut 2 of your songs." And he did.
Wow.
So he went in there and cut it, and then Waylon's office was on 1111 17th, 8 right there beside it. Waylon came over. And Johnny had gone to Columbia, and they had paid for the video, Chicken in Black video. And so he said, "Well, Waylon, what do you think about my song?" He said, "Well, I saw that video. You look like a sissy in that cape and that yellow shirt." Sissy for the better word.
Yeah.
And Johnny said, "What?" And that's when it killed it right there. It went to number 40 in the chart. All promotion stopped, everything.
John didn't like that, what Waylon
said. So I forgot about it. I had been shopping for Cadillacs. Well, I quit Cadillac shopping.
Got you a Maverick, didn't you?
No, I rebuilt the engine in my pickup truck.
I got you.
And so...
and went back to sweeping floors for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'll tell you what.
What was that other
Dylan
song?
Weldon put this song out. He thought that story was funny about Waylon. Mm-hmm. And he put it on TikTok. And thank you, kids. I love every darn one of you. The kids started holding. There's a line in the song that says, "Stick 'em up, everybody. I'm robbing the place. Drop all your money in my guitar case." And all you youngsters were out there holding up pet ducks and pet dogs and pet cats. Thank you so much. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to all of you. It got 84 million views.
Every time you go to the mailbox, right?
All time to go to the mailbox.
Thanks all those Furbies out there.
And Forbes magazine called it one of the biggest comeback songs in history.
Well, that makes it that way.
Yeah.
That's big
And
numbers.
you kids did it. I love every one of you. And I appreciate you so much.
Gary, that's good stuff. You can't.
You can't make this stuff up,
you
man.
can't
It
make
happened.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
But that, that still sticks to me, Rick. What he said. Audrey looked at him and said, "You ain't got to call him Mister. The whole world calls him Hank."
Mm-hmm.
And that was the basics of that song.
I wanted her in there because the lady was nice to me.
Yeah.
She was good to me. She could have called the police and had me and Granny and Mama all arrested.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd have been famous for something else.
Nah, yeah.
You could have been up there with George on his lawnmower.
Oh boy, I'm telling you, I love George.
Yeah, I know you did.
Did you ever hear the Corvette song?
Yeah.
Oh, she was hotter than a $2.
Yeah.
I wrote that.
You did.
I did, and I wrote it one day. George came to the liquor store. That liquor store meant everything to my songwriting in the early days.
Hold on a minute.
It was your connection.
You wrote the Corvette song.
Yeah. Oh, she was hotter than a $2 pistol. Yeah, that's mine.
Fastest thing alive.
He had come in the store, and Lawnmower Ed would come in and buy 5 little bottles of Old Charter whiskey a day. I kept them in a little tub, sold them 50 cents a piece. And it was 100 degrees outside, and here came Ed Front. He'd come in, I swear, 5 times a day. Came in to get another little 50-cent bottle of Old Charter. I said, "Ed, you better lay off this damn whiskey. It's hot out there, man. You need some water. You need to drink water and lay off this stuff." He said, "Hot? Shh. What are you talking about? Hotter than a damn $2 pistol."
Right.
Write that down.
Yeah. Drag out the napkin and write it down.
What a $2 pistol was because
Yeah.
people would come in the liquor store and try to say stuff to get whiskey. You know.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
well, Mel McDaniels held it for a year.
That song.
Yeah. Jerry Kennedy was producing him, and I wrote with Shelby Kennedy, his son. And
What does hold it for a year, man? He's got rights to it. He just won't
it
record.
means I shouldn't pitch it to anybody
Right.
else and let Well have his way with it. Well, I'll tell you what.
Damn, that's hard on the checkbook, ain't it?
No, it is.
And a lot of songs
because
miss-
it takes you a year to get paid after you get a hit.
Yeah.
It did
And
back
a lot
then.
of songs missed their opportunity
Yeah,
because they put on hold for a while.
but it made me mad, and I went in there and I said I was already selling real estate, and I knew the big change in music.
Was this
coming on.
after the riot or before?
No, this is after.
Okay, got you. Go ahead.
And George came in. I said, "Billy, Mel McDaniel, I had a cassette. We had cassettes back then, you know.
Right.
I said, "Mel McDaniel, turn this down." I said, "I give up. I quit. I'm making good money anyway. I don't need this damn business." And Billy didn't say a word. Took the tape. Well, I was down there selling real estate, and I was closing a couple at a picnic table. The phone rang, and the secretary ran out there and said, "Gary, you got a phone call." I said, "Well, I'm closing a deal here. I'll call him back. Take a number." "No, I think you better take
You better
this
take this one.
She said, "It's Billy Sherrill." I said, "Oh, well, ma'am, you and your husband, excuse me just a second. I'm going to run in and grab this real quick emergency call."
Yeah, buddy.
Life or
So,
death.
yeah. And I
was
went
like-
in there and picked up the phone. "Gary, this is Billy." And then he held it up. It was in the studio. And George had just cut, "Oh, she was hotter than a $2 bill."
Wow.
Billy turned back and said, "Now don't quit." Click.
Oh, that's Billy.
That's Billy.
That's Billy.
He had his.
Wow.
He knew how to fire you up.
Oh, yeah. He did.
He was a pro.
Is that the one where the guy says, I had one just like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that song this morning on 102.
Well, thank you, 102.
Yeah, I heard
buddy.
it this morning.
Thank you for
And
I
playing.
love that song,
And see,
man.
one of the first songs we wrote was the answer to it. We were sitting in the studio right after Gary and I met, and the people that got us together were so excited about bringing Gary in, so they said, he's the one who wrote the Corvette song. I said, oh, really? So first thing I wanted to do was pick Gary's brain because I'm sitting here amongst royalty.
That chicken brain.
Yeah, pick that chicken brain.
Yeah.
And, but here's a guy that
Yeah.
has written the mega hits, and it's like, wow, I'm getting ready to sit down and write a song with him. And so he sung me a little bit of the Corvette song, and I said, why don't we write a sequel to it where a little teenage boy steals that vet
Oh, yeah.
and takes it for a joyride? And away we
I was
went.
just 16 and foolish, and some fool left the keys in his Corvette.
Yeah, buddy, and off we went.
And here comes the policeman and all
Yeah.
that. No.
We had fun with it, and then the people that had the publishing company sit on it, and neither one of us have a copy of
Wow.
it.
I just heard that
It's
song.
It's sad.
I did not know. Here I am listening to that song this morning. I turn on 102 and I get up in the morning. It's old country, and I like that. It's some modern. It's up into the early 2000s. That's when your country kind of quit, according to me. Maybe a little earlier than that, but I will accept some of your 2000 music.
It changed really in the late 80s.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, it changed like hell then.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of sucked us in on it. They had the Garth Brooks come out, bring millions of dollars to Nashville with him. Here come all them other ones following right behind him. But I like that old song. What other songs have you written, Gary? I didn't know you wrote the Corvette song.
Well, when I was with Merle Kilgore, Merle was my mentor.
Oh, wasn't he something?
I
He lived
love
here in
Merle.
Paris.
Yeah,
I know it. He called me over to Hank Jr.'s
Bar.
Enterprises.
Yeah.
No, there was out there on 79.
Yeah, they had a bar out there at one
And he
time.
called me
Hanks,
out there.
uh-huh.
Merle was he was a wonderful guy. I
He'd
love
take the
Merle.
oxygen out of a room when he walked in. That baritone voice.
Ah.
How y'all doing? Had a shirt
Oh.
looked like he ought to buy it at a
Yeah.
dressing tent and awning company. He was a big old man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was big. He's 6'4", and Hank Jr. was too.
Yeah, yep.
But he called me out there one day. It had been years ago, and they were hot, him and Hank. And I walked in, and we started talking about the old days of me working for him at the publishing company.
Yeah.
Hank Jr. walked in. He said, "Are you Gary Gentry?" I said, "Yeah, I'm guilty." He said, "I just want you to know." He put his arm around me. "I just want you to know I love that song you wrote about Daddy." That's as good as it gets.
That's good
That's
as it gets.
better
right
than
there.
You can
paycheck.
take your Grammy, you can take your Hall of Fame, you
Yeah.
can take everything
Yeah.
and shove it.
Yeah.
I felt,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know,
He told you then, you're right, Daddy. It's not a long, hard ride. It's a dangerous.
yeah. And when he
dangerous
cut it, he
ride.
said it's a dangerous, deadly ride.
It is.
And then he'd say, "But me and the boys, we can make it because a country boy can survive." Oh,
Wow.
man.
So
Yeah,
that's
he had fun with him.
And,
Yeah.
and you run around and knew all them guys as a singer songwriter, and you had some you had a couple of recording contracts yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. Billy wouldn't. It's funny. Billy wouldn't record me, and I kept saying, "I want to record Billy, because
Yeah, you writing all the
I
hits.
can't sing, but I'm thinking, man, I could get 10 at a time out there." Gary Gentry said, he said, "I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think you can sing. I think you're the best songwriter to walk through this door since Glenn Sutton." Glenn wrote a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
He said, "But no, I'm not going to record you." He thought I'd settle for that. No, I ran right out the back door and went to Electra, and Jimmy Bowen gave me a 2-single deal, and James Stroud produced me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this
Heavy
back when-
hitters. Heavy hitters.
James didn't have a car. He had 9 kids, and we'd double on his motorcycle over to the office, back and forth. That was then. That was before
was
he
it.
ran up
Before he hit
giant
it. Yeah.
records and all that stuff. And so I put a couple of records out. You can get a record deal on a big label, anything. People, if you don't get a promoter
Right.
and you don't have the promotion behind it, it's going nowhere. That's why Johnny Cash didn't have a top #1 for 10 years.
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't promote him.
Well, they quit playing George Jones songs, and the man never quit recording. He was in recording. He was in a recording studio. What, every day? Probably every. Very often. writing songs, singing songs. They just don't play 'em.
Well, that song with George Strait and those guys did that Murder on Music Row. They
Yeah.
said Hank Williams couldn't get a deal today.
Yeah, oh, no, he couldn't.
Right.
They couldn't. You're right.
Bobby Braddock, one of my dear friends and hero songwriter, he said, man, he stopped loving her today, wouldn't get in the top 50
No.
today.
Hank
Greatest
Williams.
song.
Hank Williams Sr. We're talking about Hank,
Yeah.
not Junior, Senior. He was a megastar before was ever a megastar
Right.
knowed about. That dude was it. He was, I mean, women were throwing panties in him and other things.
Yeah.
That man, and that was back early. In music, but he was a big star. Creed Fisher wrote a song about Music Row. You know Creed Fisher. He's a friend of mine.
he cut the ride.
That's
yeah.
right, and it's a good friend of mine. He says Music Row's gone to the squirrels. Oh, he nails them. Creed Fisher nails them. But and Hank was a big, major superstar back in that era, before Elvis was even a superstar.
Oh, yeah.
But if Hank come up right now, if all of a sudden times change and he couldn't even get a smell in Nashville now.
Hank Jr. talked about his daddy, said before Elvis,
Yeah.
there was Hank Williams.
You darn right he
He
was.
said, and women tore their clothes off
Oh,
daddy
yeah.
just like they did Elvis.
Oh
later
yeah,
on.
they was dodging. He'd have the Dodge panties. I wouldn't be a bad life unless they're big as a 2-man pup tent, and that might get dangerous. But I'm just saying, that's we done been. God, we're way past schedule, but that's okay. Y'all guys want to sing me another song before I
right.
go? Come
Yeah.
on. Kevin, we're gonna do a song out. I've been talking and forgot the damn show flow. We're gonna sing it out to. Tell me my ear. We're gonna sing them out to a commercial. What we gonna do? Let's just do that. Y'all get up there and sing me 2 more songs.
right.
While they're getting ready, folks, what do you think? I've got 2 guys here. Like I said, they're both got #1 songs out there. The Ride, the Corvette song. Hey, get on YouTube when you get off the show and look at them songs and know the kind of talent Gary Gentry is. And don't forget, now, Rick Revel, he ain't no slouch. He's got a #1 song out there, Hard Times in the Deep South. It's made #1. Hey, but I'm going to tell you something. To have these guys in his studio with me is a privilege. This man telling you stories. He knew all the greats. He knew all these guys, wrote songs for these guys. We've got him right here in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios, guys. Y'all know how important that is. These guys are like when I have Jimmy Stewart in here. These guys are getting some age on them now. They're not going to be around a long time, and you get to hear the true story right out of these guys' mouth. We're going to let these guys carry us out in a couple songs. We're going to take a commercial break. Before we do, though, I'm going to let these 2 play you a couple of songs. Y'all guys, y'all ready over there?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready as we're going to be.
All right.
On this song, that Johnny Cash song we were talking about, I'm going to do that.
Do it.
And all you youngsters, I'm going to thank you. And don't stop. Keep putting out those videos of you doing that. Stick them up, everybody. I'm robbing the place.
Yeah, do it, man.
Thank you so much for the comeback song.
That's right.
And thank you, Big John. And you got to pretend I'm Johnny Cash on this. Now, I'm not. Believe me. But you got to pretend I'm Johnny Singer. For 2 long years, my head hurt bad. My doctor checked me and he shook his head. Said, I hate to tell you, Cash, but your body's outlived your brain. He said, I know this doctor up in New York, son. He'll fix you right up with a brand new one. So the head doctor met me when I climbed down off the train. He said, we had a bank robber killed last night. His body shot, but his brain's all right. We'll give you a new brain, Cash, and you'll be okay. Well, I got my new brain, and I was feeling great. I walked right back to Nashville with no headache. But something happened when I walked in the bank one day. I yelled, stick 'em up, everybody, I'm robbing the place. Drop all of your money in my guitar case. Don't nobody move. Nobody reach for that door. Some lady said, well, you're Johnny Cash. I said, no, ma'am, I'm the Manhattan Flash, and I am the best bank robber in New York. Now, last Friday night, Roy A. Cuff called me and said, John, I'd like for you to do the opera. Well, I walked out on that stage, but I couldn't sing. I did half a verse of I Walked the Line. Something snapped in this brain of mine. I yelled, stick 'em out! Give me your money, your watches, and rings. I called New York for that brain quack. I said, Doc, I got to have my old brain back. He said, sorry, Mr. Cash, but we can't do that. He said, we put your brain in a chicken last Monday. He's singing your songs and making lots of money. Well, hell, we even got him signed to a 10-year recording contract. Chicken and black. Now, friends, if you see me walking down your street, just remember what you see ain't necessarily me. And if I try to stick you up, well, don't pay me no mind. And when you got $10 you want to blow, you ought to catch that Johnny Chicken show. He's doing fairs and concert dates up and down the line. Calls himself the Chicken in Black. Rides around in a black chicken coupe de ville. Oh, well, New York said, chicks love him. Thank you, youngsters. Thank you, Big John.
Chicken in Black.
I love it.
Forbes magazine said that's one of the biggest comeback songs in history. After 40 years, these kids brought that song. Thank you.
Good one.
It's amazing how we find a new market sooner or later.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, that's right. One of the craziest things is I think that all things old become new again, and they discover artists. You know, AI's got a lot of people scared of the music industry, and we were talking earlier about how music has taken more of a hip-hop feel in the country range, and the old traditional sound. And there's nothing wrong with having a big tent. You know, we talked about it a long time ago that country music, you know, Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass, and we had so many different styles of music coming in, but it was self-contained and it sounded good. It didn't sound foreign. And then today, it's so foreign sounding far as how country music is portrayed. Now, if people can make a living doing that's more power to them. But I feel what's happening right now, I think there's a yearning and a longing for real music. Because what's going to happen when that hit song that's AI written, what are they going to do when they want to see those people in concert? Well, they're not people.
They're not people.
They
use pictures, don't they? I mean, like album covers and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So it's all created out of the ozone, as I call it. And so they can't show up and do a concert, so it's up to us to do that. A lot of the music that we do today, it comes from the heart, not from a computer. You know, when you wrote your songs, Gary, it was coming from your heart. And you might have been smoking something you didn't need to be smoking at the time. But some of the songs did come from the heart at different times. Later in your life, you continued writing. And they were big hits too, and I don't know. My inspiration comes from a lot of places, but I wanted to dedicate a song to you. You're a big Hank fan.
You ain't kidding. Probably the biggest ever. Are you going to do the one I think you're going to do?
Hear the lonesome wind. It sounds too blue to fly. And that midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Have you ever seen a robin weep when he sounds
to fly. Oh, how I wonder where you are. I'm so lonesome I can cry. The silence of a person star lights up the purple sky. Oh, how I wonder, oh, now where you are. I'm so lonesome I can cry. Here alone, somewhere it sounds blue to fly. Oh, that midnight train, oh, it's winding low. I'm so lonesome I can cry. Oh, that midnight train, oh, is winding alone. I'm so lonesome I could cry.
Whoa. Hank could write them and you can sing them, can't you?
Thank you, sir.
Shattering the image of standard nursing homes and committed to enhancing the human spirit, Charter Senior Living of Paris is focused on removing barriers that can prevent your success and a better life. A unique boutique community with many wonderful amenities, we offer various levels of quality care in an apartment and floor plan of your choosing.
The care that Mom has received here has been phenomenal.
Move-in day was such a happy day. Caregivers there were so wonderful.
It was the best choice that we've ever made.
Learn more and request your free resource guide at charterparis.com or give us a call today. When physical assistance becomes a necessity, enjoy the peace of mind you deserve.
Chad Cox, PLLC, provides representation in the areas of criminal law, family law, personal injury, wills and probate law. Chad Cox serves Paris and the surrounding area. He does not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to representing his clients. He reviews every detail of your case to ensure that you receive an assessment that is specific to the unique circumstances in your case. Chad Cox is located at 104 North Brewer Street, Paris, Tennessee. Contact us at 731-642-4446.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. farmers. We've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
Are you still undecided about your high-speed internet provider? Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Let me help you off the fence. TEC high-speed internet is what we use here at the studio, and let me tell you, it's flawless. From home to business, TEC got you covered. With upload speeds that match download speed, TEC leads the pack. Does your family play online games? How about security cameras and live streamers in your home? TEC, with their upload speed matching their download speed, it's as fast as clicking a button. When it comes to high-speed fiber optic internet, TEC is unmatched with quality and service all across the Mid-South. So do like I did. Go get you some.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
Hey folks, I've got a great show coming next week. You don't want to miss this show. Have you heard of Golden Pond Distillery? I've got Charles Knight, the original OG, and his son, Master Distiller Jimmy Smith, coming live on the show. Charles Knight went to jail for moonshining back in the day. Spent a little time in the hooch. He come out, him and his son got together and started making that legal hooch. We're going to find out a true moonshine redemption story, a father and son's journey. Folks, you don't want to miss this show. This is great. These guys come out of Golden Pond, Kentucky. That's Master Distiller Jimmy Smith and his father, Charles Knight. They going to tell us some stories that you ain't going to believe. It's going to be great. Hey, this is the kind of show that I like. Tonight's show and shows like this is what I live for, guy. To get to tell you history of what the moonshining come out of Golden Pond, Kentucky. You don't want to miss this show. It's going to be great. Coming up next week right here live on the Mike Weatherford Show. And don't forget, going on my sister show here, the Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo, River Conference Showdown, coaches reveal all. You got Harrison Hawks coach John Thrash coming on, and Elaine Wood, she's a Lakewood Lady Eagles. He's going to find out what's going on at our local schools about their basketball. Hey, you don't want to miss this show. It's going to be coming up live Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Hey, if you haven't done it yet, go on over to the Sportscast Live with Jerry Buckaloo and give him a follow, give him a like. This dude has got all the people that we all want to talk about. He's even had NASCAR on his show. Hey, you get over there and follow him where you keep up what he's got going on his show. You won't want to miss an episode. That's the Sportscast Live with Jerry Buckaloo every Sunday night at 7:30. Comes straight out of the Brewer Street Mafia Studios. And don't forget, over to the other show, the Tennessee Informer, the raw milk crackdown. Does Tennessee have milk Nazis? Hey, Don Gorin, owner of Gorham Homestead in Dixon, Tennessee, they do have milk Nazis. You know, they don't want you going and buying your milk from a farmer. They want you to get it processed. They cook it, heat it up, take all the nutrition out of it, and they put chemicals back in. It's what you buy at the store. They don't want you going getting the milk right off the cow's tit like we did growing up. There's nothing wrong with that. He's going to be talking to them live. Going to find out what's really going on, why they're really after that. They hollered diseases. Well, it didn't kill us. I grew up drinking. I bet everybody in the studio with me grew up drinking whole milk. It won't hurt you. Coming up Monday, December the 1st, 8:30 p.m. Central Time over on Tennessee Informer. You don't want to miss that show. And don't forget the Peddler Advantage. Hey, if you want to find out what's going on at the Mike Weatherford Show and all the great shows over at mypairistv.com, pick up your Peddler Advantage. Every show's listed in there. And look, if you got something to sell or buy or whatever you want to do, they got a 20-word classified. It runs 4 weeks for only $10. Don't forget, go on over to the Peddler Advantage and get your free copy today. Hey, don't forget, we're simulcasting live both on Facebook and YouTube, Spotify, and all the major platforms. Or you can go to www.myparistv.com to find out all the great shows that's coming out of Kill Media and the Brewer Street Mafia. We're growing, and we ain't going to stop. Hey, I'm going to tell you how to save you some money. Hey, we're all wanting to save a little money right here with Christmas just right around the corner. Look, if you've already got TEC high-speed fiber optic internet, you know what I'm talking about. So get your neighbors, get your friends to sign up, and guess what? My great viewer can get a month free. There's no limit. If you haven't, it's early. I'm going to tell you, it's like a pyramid. This pyramid is just starting out. If you get your family and your friends to sign up with TEC fiber optic, the fastest internet around. So it's like a gunfighter. This is the fastest gunfighter around. Get your family and your friends or anybody, your neighbors, to sign up. Use your name. You get a month free. There's a way you can probably, look, you get 12 family and friends, you get a whole year worth of free. You get 24, that's 2 years free. There's no end to it. All you've got to do is get your family and your friends to sign up, and guess what? Your internet is free. Hey, go over and get you some and tell them Mike sent you. Hey, don't forget Cars and Coffee coming up December 6th, 9 a.m. at the Lake City Motors, right out here on the Lake Highway. They are raising money and raising stuff, and they're going to have coffee and donuts for the shed. Hey, everything's great coming on out there at Lake City Motors. That's coming up December 6th at 9 a.m. Join us on that morning for your annual toy drive and car show. Free coffee and donuts. For more information, visit them on Facebook. It's called Lake City Motors. They're going to be helping the shed this year. So go out there and help them support the shed. Michelle and all of them down at the Sheriff's Department. Go help them. All right, we got something I want to show you right here. It's a song that Gary wrote, but here it is. Just listen to it.
Good Lord, good looking. Well, how in the world you been? I thought you lost my number. Yeah, I'm glad you called me again. I'm still smoking like crazy, and I'm drinking that gin. Yeah, I'm the SOB, same old boy I've always been. I got drunk last Friday, yeah, and went riding around. I ran into your mama in a store downtown. She said, well, you ain't changed, boy. You're still living in sin. Yeah, you're the SOB, same old boy you've always been. I'm the same old boy, doing the same old bad. But I'm a-wanting you back, baby, 'cause you're the best I've had. I bet you're just that sexy as you was back then. Well, I'm the SOB, same old boy I've always been. Oh. I hear you married some rich man. Yeah, you really moved uptown, but you hated the jet set, so you put him down. Well, baby, we had some good times. Let's do it again. Yeah, I'm the SOB, same old boy I've always been. I'm the same old boy, doing the same old bad. And I'm a-wanting you back, baby, oh, 'cause you're the best I've had. I bet you're just that sexy as you was back then. Well, I'm the SOB, same old boy I've always been. Yeah, I'm the SOB, same old boy I've always been.
Wow, Gary. That song, how long's it been since you heard that song?
About 40 years.
Wow, why didn't I got something to say, Gary. We got more in common than what you think.
You had an afro.
I had an afro too. That is good stuff. S.O.B. You wrote that song. What the hell? Is that song out there anywhere?
Jay Harper was a DJ down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he said, Gary Gentry, we made you a star down here. Said, I know the rest of the world didn't want to play it because it was too risque.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Yes, it was too
for that
risky.
period.
Where can you find that song now? Is it on YouTube or somewhere?
It's on you.
Yeah, I got it now, don't I?
You got it out there. You might get us a hit.
That's
There you
right.
go.
I'm going to take that song.
It's so
Kevin, one of y'all in the back there, pull that song out, and I'm going to pop it, and you're going to have to do that song you just did.
Oh.
And I don't want no fancy production. You help me out, Gary. Just put a damn cell phone up in front of you when you get off that cow titty and just cut it.
You know, that's the hardest I ever got kicked.
What's that?
Well, I was getting it straight off the tap instead of putting it in the bucket. So I got kicked real hard.
You know what I'm talking about, right? But you need to put that microphone, put that cell camera up there, just a damn phone, and sing that song like you did with that heart you had in it, and just say, send it out there, and you watch the views you're going to get and the hits is going to be. And I'm going to put that song out there with your blessing.
Well, thank you.
That is a hell of a song.
I appreciate it. I thought it
was
was at the time, but it was too risque.
Well, I wanted to share it tonight because I found it, and it's like, wow, this is
That
cool.
is great, man. I love that song. S.O.B., same old boy.
Yeah,
that is so good, man. I guess when they hear the S.O.B., hell, they make it risky, not you. You just said same old boy.
Back then, during that day, wasn't it, Rick?
It was. It was that day. We were sitting in the studio one day, and I said, Gary, how in the world do you... Because, I mean, every question you're ever asked by somebody that's a new songwriter, well, how do you come up with the hook? Yeah. How do you come? So me and Gary, well, how do you come up with the hook? And he was asking me how I come up with my hook. And I said, well, I guarantee it's the same way you do. It just accidentally happens. Yeah. Somebody will say something, do something.
Surprisingly enough, I have been called an SOB.
Really?
Seriously? I can't believe that.
I can't believe it.
Wife number 3, I think, called me. That when I
hell, we got more in common. Wife number 3 and afros. That's where
and afros.
Wow, guys, I'm gonna tell you, man. This has been. Have you had fun?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Don't you wish we'd have met 50 years ago?
And by the way, that collection you got over there, I enjoyed that. You got Ernie Shaver's boxing gloves.
That's right, I got it.
You got the microphone that Elvis used.
That's right.
And everybody wants their picture made with that microphone.
You're going to get yours made.
Yeah, buddy.
It's, I've been blessed. This show started out just for fun. And let me tell you a little history about it, Gary. You know, my background, everybody knows me. I'm an auto mechanic, but I do have another side to me. People don't even realize I went out of town and done things.
You got a lot of great equipment.
Yep, I do. And so I said, I want to give back to the community. I've raised my children, put them through school, and they work for me. And some of my daughters, she's a big shot in Walmart. And I said, I want to give back. So I started this little old show, and I got hooked up with Kevin Keel. He's the master. This dude back in the back.
He is.
You damn right he is. Me and him got together through a mutual friend of ours, and I told him what I wanted to do, and we started out, and I was searching. I didn't know, I don't want to do this. And I said, just be yourself. I told myself, just be yourself. And just start talking about things everybody wants to hear about. You know, and that's what my show's about. And Gary, and when he told me, Rick, I told him, I thanked him. Well, thank you again. He said, hey.
And I thank you too.
Yeah.
Rick.
He said, hey, you know Gary Justin? Yeah. Hey, yeah, I watched him interviewed on Facebook on a YouTube. He said, well, what about getting him on the show? I said, when? He said, just tell me. I'll move the world to get Gary Gentry. Did I not?
You did.
And you called me back and you said, how about this day? What did I say?
Yeah.
I said, yep, I don't care whatever day it is. I don't give. But I feel privileged.
It's fun.
Yes, sir. I feel privileged to have someone like y'all both, but I'm talking about Gary this time. I don't want to take that away from you.
No. That's all right.
To have you come in here, the songs you've written, with the stories you've got to tell. There's people already saying we got to get you back on here and do more songs. They want to hear people saying, you got to get them back on, share more memories. They all got to hear. And Cheryl, some girl named Cheryl, you better hope your wife don't find out.
Yeah.
She said to tell her husband he looks sexy.
Yeah, that is my honey.
That's what I do.
That's my wife.
See, I'm not this smart. I got the little monitor, and Dana does all. You met Dana in the back. She does all this media. She's on all the platforms. Whatever people say, she puts it on here for me to know. Everybody think, God, you're smart, Mike. No, I'm not really smart. I'm kind of dumb. But any other show, I've kept y'all a lot longer than I told you I would. You got a little trip home. Any other stories you want to share, Gary?
Oh, yeah, the album covers.
Oh, yeah, put them up there.
Yeah, this is a kind of a trip down memory lane of Gary's work.
Tell me about that, Gary.
Well, that was Cy Rosenberg put that album together.
How was you there?
It was right before I sent you over to Cy.
Not too long before.
I was probably about 30, and I've got another Harley, except it's got Hank's picture on the side of it.
Wow.
And it's a Springer.
What happened to the afro there, Gary?
Billy Sherrill said it was interfering with my brain.
That's Billy.
Did you have the afro?
And said I ought to get a haircut that I'd write better.
Yeah.
Well, you know who you reminded me of with your hair like that is that guy that did all the painting on PBS.
Oh, yeah. What was his name?
I can't remember right offhand.
Yeah, I remember.
You remind me of him.
Yeah. What was that dude's name?
But you paint pictures with words. So you do, you see, you're an artist.
Did you have the afro when you wrote the ride? Did you have the afro when you wrote the ride?
Yeah.
Something I got, he was wrong on that one.
Well, after that,
and the Corvette song.
And you know, Billy Sherrill, people don't realize how big a producer he was. I met everybody there. I was walking up steps one day, and I told this to somebody else, and Robert Duvall come walking down.
Really? That's my hero.
I said, "You Robert Duvall?"
He said, "I am."
Yeah. So I shook his hand and met him. Well, I went up there to see Billy. I said, "Man, I just met Robert Duvall down here on the steps, on the stairs." Billy said, "Well, it wasn't really a good day for you to meet him." And I said, "Why that?" He said, "Well, I told him, Robert, you're one of my favorite actors. I love your acting, but I don't think you can sing worth a damn."
Well,
I met him on a bad day.
On a bad day.
But he was still a nice guy.
He's a heck of a nice guy.
Oh, man, he's my hero. When he played on Lonesome Dove.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Jesus
all those
Christ.
Westerns and The Godfather. Played a lawyer in The Godfather.
He played on the original, what was that song? John Wayne and all of them played in the original. They remade that show. God, I'm having one of them brain farts. What was the name of that old song?
Lonesome Dove?
No, that one John Wayne made. True Grit. He was in True Grit.
Yeah.
He was in True Grit. Robert Duvall, him and when they played together, was that other one, the first one that played with him in there? That Call, and the other one, Woodrow, was what was the other guy's name? They played opposite.
You talking about Tommy?
Tommy Jones?
Tommy Lee Jones. They was great. Go ahead with your pictures. I'm sorry, Kevin. Hell, we can't. We get three guys together. Look at there.
That's a biker album.
Right.
And I don't play that anymore or do them songs anymore, but there is one song in there, the Brothers' Funeral Song, that I'm very proud of. A guy died in North Carolina, and I will not mention the name of the motorcycle club. But they told me to be on the plane here in Nashville. I got on the plane, and I flew to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I sang it at his funeral.
Wow.
And they folded the club colors, and they gave them to his mother. And they gave me a ticket, and get back on the plane, and drive back to Nashville, fly back to Nashville. I thought,
wow,
that's humble.
That's an honor.
It humbled me.
Yeah.
And touching. And I thought, yeah, that man's going away.
Right. All right, well, look at there.
That trucking song, I love. Now, over there, you see Red Savine?
Yeah.
When I was 21 years old, I was in the Navy. We had a little band, and he came over to Hawaii to play. Well, back then, they didn't carry the bands and all that stuff till they had a big hit. He didn't have Teddy Bear and all that yet. Red came over there, and I was bugging him to death. Here's my chance, boy. I'm going to show him. He said, would you turn the volume down on that guitar? I can't go out there and get a standing ovation with you trying to be Jimi Hendrix.
I love it.
And I played him a couple more songs. He said, I said, what do you think about this song, Mr. Savine? I'd catch him in. I worried him to death. Sure. You know, I'm kidding. I want songs cut.
There you go.
And he said, it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? Are you a songwriter? I said, well, yeah, I'm trying. I'll get it right one of these days. He said, "Well, do you believe in God?" I said, "Yes, I do." Well, you take your faith in God and your little songs, and you go to Nashville, Tennessee, and you knock on doors on Music Row. Back then, you could.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, 9 out of 10 will close on you. Mm-hmm. One door will open. That's all you need, son.
Wow.
That was heavy.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's deep.
Yes, sir.
And nobody could do a narration like Red Survivor. Boy, he'd tear your heart out of
Yeah,
you.
he could.
We had a wild club. It was a Chiefs club, you know, Chief Petty. I mean, bucket of blood, really. And had, you know, it was a rough club. And Red, before he went out there and we talked, he said, "Go out here and y'all keep that thing low. I'm gonna get a standing ovation." He went right out there and did, "Oh, a little Rosa." Yeah. You remember the old Italians? He did Little Rosa. You could have heard a pin drop in that club. Now, when he left, the fight started and all that stuff. But while he was on, all you could hear was,
oh, yeah.
And beer.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
tear in the beer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Red was, he meant a lot to me.
Go back
and so I wrote a tribute in there.
Look at right who he's got there now.
Yeah, hometown boy.
Hometown boy. Bart Herbert. He's been on the show with me before.
He's from Paris, Tennessee.
That's right. He's been on my show here
Hey,
before.
thank you, Bart.
Where was you at right there? You remember?
We were down in SAI.
Oh, okay.
And he did an interview. We talked about the ride. We talked about 1959.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear John Anderson sing that song, Love Betty, 1959?
I think I have.
He liked that. I wrote that.
Wow.
And he liked that song. And then we went in about the ghost of Hank.
Right.
Showing up in my living room.
Yeah. Wow.
And so.
Wow. Well, I got another one here. We got a flashback here. Hold on.
Flashback.
Oh, look at there. Is that Elvis? No, he got red hair.
When I met that's
right
Rick
there.
Revel. And when I met him, he was building that studio.
Yep.
And then after he got it built, he did the productions. He did the engineering. He did the demos, which I wish I had those demos of mine. You did those songs.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even find them now.
No.
And I said, man, when we left that
see all the woodwork? I built all the consoles. I built all the consoles.
Wow.
Yeah, I built from the ground up.
They were lucky to get you, man. They were so lucky.
Yeah, they didn't think so.
They didn't know what they had.
They didn't think so. They said, man, you're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning. I lived in Henry County still, so I tried to come home to see the family on the weekends and to be back in Nashville on Monday. What they didn't understand, music business and the music row didn't work like a 9-to-5 business or an 8-to-5 business. You opened the doors when you had musicians coming in.
Yeah.
And you record, and you may record to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
And she expected, and they expected to have the doors open at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like,
and close
you're
at 4.
killing me.
Yeah.
You're
I
killing
love
me.
that. You're killing. I use that word a lot to Dana. Go ahead.
You're killing me.
You're killing me.
Got a funny story about Billy when you get done.
Yeah,
in
that day and age, that was a good little demo
State
studio.
of the art stuff, wasn't it?
For that day, that
and
was
age.
for that day, it was a good.
That ain't been that
demo
long
studio.
ago, dude. You act like that day. Hell, that's less than 20 years ago, dude.
1993.
Yeah.
That's when that studio was there.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
that
like-
ain't that long ago, man. I mean,
Yeah.
16
That's a 16.
tracks.
Yeah. We did a lot of demos on 16 tracks, and the demos we did. Matter of fact, I still got a few of those.
I think
and
that
they
Jimmy
sound good.
Stewart told me, help me in the back, Kevin. When they done all the recording out here in Puryear, somewhere out there on the field in Puryear, they had a 4-track.
A lot of 4-track, yeah.
4-track.
I cut out there at the Sound Farm. And
The Sound Farm.
It was on 4-track.
Wow.
Yep.
Go ahead. Look at that right there. You built all of that?
Uh-huh.
He did it
all that spaghetti.
That looks like my control room,
Yeah.
kind of, with all that. No, Kevin does a good job back there. Kevin is anal about that crap. I don't go back
That
there.
was the
and fool
way
with-
we did it back then.
Yeah, everything was analog. The only digital thing I had, I would the mini disc had first come out. Sony put out a mini disc, and some of the people would want me to give them a copy of mini disc, so I had one of those decks, and I think it's sitting up there.
Did you make any money?
We were starting to. Yeah, we were starting to bring in people walking in off the street because we were on the road. Yeah. The door was constantly swinging open, and people would say, "Could you cut this? Could you cut that?" And so we set a price, $500 a song, and they'd come in and lay it down, and I'd bring the musicians
that master
in.
and go on with it. Did you get to keep a copy yourself, or just
a lot of times we did, and you'd be surprised how many walked in the door and said, "I need help to finish my song," and so I became a co-writer on a whole bunch of songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you did. You had a studio here in Paris out there on
Shady Grove
Road.
Mm-hmm.
You still have it going, or?
No, I do everything out of my bedroom now. I've got it all on digital.
No kidding.
Right.
I have a 24
right here
track.
is about as much. Right here does about as much as you had back in that day.
I have a Roland. I have a 24 track Roland in a studio called the Shack Out Back.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You're talking about this
bedroom.
disco all you want to, but I'm gonna tell you something. And Gary, you can agree or disagree. There ain't nothing like vinyl.
I've never seen there's a vinyl craze going on. You wouldn't believe
it's awesome, man. That when you stick a needle in that vinyl, I don't care how good is it. What was that?
The mastering process.
It's something. On vinyl, it's just something about a vinyl record that just you hear the clicks in the pop. It's just
popping.
It's just something about that song. Maybe it's just the way we are. What was that used to be? Was that live or is that Mesorex? What was that?
Memorex, yeah.
They can have all that. You get me a vinyl, run a needle to it, and that's some of the best music you'll ever hear right there.
There's a place in Grimley's down on Trinity Lane, Nashville.
Yeah.
And I stopped in there the other day. Two girls, Larkin and Poe, were entertaining, so I went in here. So I got shopping around the vinyls. $40 and $50 for vinyls we used to pay $3.98 for.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wow, that's 20 years old, $50.
Yeah.
Because they're hard to find.
Some of them are. But, you know, if you want to go back and you want to hear some great Hank song or any song.
Any of them, they're there.
You put them on that vinyl and you get you a good record player, as we call it.
Yep.
And just turn it on and put that needle in there and sit back and you'll hear some good music.
You know, young people are smart and they love their music. And there was line 5 deep at the cash register.
They knew what they wanted.
Paying $40 and $50. I don't know where they got the money. $40 and $50 for
a record
album, every record.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. It's been an hour and a half, and I hate to keep y'all so late. Don't be mad at me, but I've had a great time, man.
It's been a fun evening.
It's been fun. Ain't we got another song y'all got to sing us out here with?
Yeah, I've got one I want to do.
You got one?
You got one?
I'll do one.
Y'all guys get up there and you get ready. I'm going to close this show out, and when I do, I'm going to turn it over to y'all guys, and y'all are going to be the last thing my good, great viewers see until they see me next week. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Gary. You too, man. All right, folks, what do you think about Gary Gentry? I'm finding out more and more about this cat every time we talk. He's wrote so many #1 songs that you don't even know. The Corvette song, I didn't know he wrote that song. He wrote a lot of #1 songs out there that people don't even know. You hear them every day. These guys are recutting them. These guys, these younger generations, coming back, recutting these older songs, putting them back out there. You heard what he said. Jamie Johnson, all them guys are redoing Gary Gentry songs and putting them right back out there again. It's kind of like recycling. But you know what, guys? That's what it's all about. That's where your great music comes from. People like this is willing to drive all the way from Nashville down here to Paris, get in this little studio we got here on the Brewer Street Mafia, and sing you these songs. I'm going to turn it over to these guys over here. They getting ready, and they're going to sing us a couple of songs, and we're going to see you. We're going to see you next week, same time, same place. And hey, I want to thank you, my viewer, for tuning in every week like you do. Tell your family, tell your friends, and follow us. I want to thank everybody in the back. I'm going to do it just cold. I hope I remember all of them. Dana for all what she does, and Kevin Kill, the outstanding, best producer I could ever have, is back here in the back. And Gigabyte, I want to thank him. I want to thank the whole crew in the back, and I want to thank you, my viewer. What I want you to do is find your family and your friends. Say, hey, if you watch the Mike Weatherford Show, he has some cool stuff on there. Get them to follow me. The more followers that I get on Facebook, the more subscribers I get on YouTube, the bigger stuff I can bring you. We'll see you next week, and I'm going to let these cats right over here take us out here. Take it away, guys.
All right. I guess I'll go first and before we get the real singer on here.
Do it to it, brother.
I was friends with Tom T. Hall and his brother Hillman, and I hated it when we lost him. But I wrote a song about Tom back in the 70s and 80s. There was a lot of fear from songwriters about getting their songs stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And people would get songs stolen, and I had one stolen. Rosenberg helped me out of that deal. I had a song stolen. But Tom T, I got to thinking, now wouldn't it be funny if I stole all of Tom T's songs? So I wrote this thing, and we went down to Fox Holler with Bonnie Busey and Cy Rosenberg.
Lord.
And halfway through this song, when I started talking about stealing his songs, I could just hear a posse of lawyers coming. Tom T was serious about it till I got to the end, and then he cracked up. We ended up doing a lot of TV shows, with this song. I think it's on Pop Goes the Country. He was hosting it then.
Cool.
But here's a little song I wrote, and you can imagine the shock that Tom T got when I sang this to it. I dropped my pick. Last night I was picking in a bar room just south of San Antonio when this rich old buzzard walked up and said he didn't like none of my song. I said, mister, if you'll take a front row seat, buy a drink, and pull off your coat, I'll sing you a whole bunch of hit songs that I wrote. Well, he pulled off his hat and lit a big cigar. Then he ordered up a couple of beers. And by the time I sang him 2 numbers, I had opened up the old boy's ears. He said, son, I don't know nothing about country music, but you're the best songwriter I know. I said, sit back down and I'll sing you some more that I wrote. I sang Remember the Year Clayton Delaney Died. I sang Harper Valley PTA and Watermelon Wine. And after I liked beer, he said, come over here. And he pulled out a big wad of dough. He said, son, I'll pay cash for all them songs you wrote. Now, friends, y'all know that I didn't write none of them songs. And me and Tom T. Hall know I didn't write none of them songs. But that rich old buzzard with that big wad of money did not know I didn't write all them songs. I sold all of Tom T's songs last night. I can't never go back to Nashville, but that's all right. There's a sucker born every minute, and when I felt that big fish bite, well, I sold all of Tom T's songs last night. After he gave me a whole shoebox full of $100 bills. He said, boy, don't I need a patent or a copyright or something to keep these songs from getting stolen? I said, yeah. If I were you, I'd do something quick. You know, all these songs is hot. I sold all of Tom T's songs last night. I can't never go back to Nashville, but that's all right. There's a sucker born every minute, and when I felt that big fish bite, well, I sold all of Tom T's songs last night. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Rest in peace. Yep. Hey, Rick is going to sing one.
I went fishing for you.
Rick. Rick's going to do one. Now, Rick has a show called History Highway. He goes back, you go back to the American Revolution War, don't you?
All the way back to there and then back
to the Civil
War
and then back here. And we're in an area where there's a lot of history.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing a fine job.
Well, thank you, Gary.
But he got into the soul of the matter. When we think Muscle Shoals and all that, we think Fame Studio and all those great pickers and all the big stars that have recorded down there. He saw the guts of the song, of the whole thing, and the underbelly, and wrote a song about Rick. Do that song.
The Cherokee named the Tennessee River. They originally called it the Tennessee. And that translates into their language as the singing river. And they swore that when they would stand on the banks of the river, that it would sing to them, and when somebody would die, that it would sing a mournful sound and honor the dead and honor those that had gone before them. And so I got to thinking about the Tennessee River that passes through Muscle Shoals and how it has affected the music business, because every time I go down there, we talked about hook lines. Where do you get them? Well, everybody says it's in the water. It's in the water. Has to be in the water. Has to come from that Tennessee River. So it's the singing river. That's where it comes from. History says it's the singing river.
Singing river.
Goes through Muscle Shoals. So that's the name of the song. The Tennessee River down in Muscle Shoals got its name from the Cherokee, as the story goes. They called it the Singing River, and I heard it sing before. Has it lonesome ways come to the shore? When Skinner's free bird fell from the sky, Ronnie and Steve and 4 more died. I was down at the shows by the Tennessee when I got that tragic news. Singing river, sing me the blues. Singing river, sing a sad song. Sing about the ones that are gone. So hard to carry on. I don't like being alone. Singing river, sing a sad song. Feels like something's wrong. Singing river, sing a sad song. Singing river, sing me a sad song. Sing me a sad song. Rick and Barry and Jimmy J have all gone away, but their music played somewhere every day. Muscle Shoals just ain't the same without those players around. Singing river, sing me your mournful sound. Singing river, sing a sad song. Sing about the ones that are gone. So hard to carry on. I don't like being alone. Singing river, sing a sad song. It feels like nothing's wrong. Singing river, sing a sad song. Singing river, sing me a sad song. Singing river, sing a sad song. Sing about the ones that are gone. So hard to carry on. I don't like being alone. Singing river, sing a sad song. It feels like something's wrong. Singing river, sing a sad song. Singing river, sing me a sad song. Sing me a sad song. The Tennessee River down in Muscle Shoals got its name from the Cherokee,
as the story goes.